And matter of fact, I'm gonna make a commitment right here, right now. Y'all mark my words. If I go back on the next year, freaking, don't shoot me, but you get my point. Good morning, YouTube, man. I'm back before the new year, so-called new year. But we're going to pick up a load, man, going over to San Antonio, Texas. It's paying about $1,600, you know what I'm saying? And that load is a one pick, one drop, AC units. Not too happy about it because it's going to be super high. I'm just going to cut to the chase. OTR is better than local. However, it is a balancing act of getting both. And we're gonna break down the numbers, a little bit later as to completely why. But like I said, it's a balancing act, and we're gonna go ahead and get to the business and grab this load and go ahead and head over to Texas. But y'all stay tuned, man, for the sauce. Peace. All right, we made it to the shipper. And these AC units right here, as you see them, getting about 12 of them. Looks like they're probably gonna do a 6 and 6 on my trailer. It should fit, unless they show me something I don't know. You know what I mean? As you see, everybody's skipping me in line, but that's because of these darn brokers didn't have my appointment set correctly. And this is what you have to deal with when you're dealing with the Christmas, New Year, holiday situation. Because ultimately, every load I've been with, it's always been some weird funkiness. The times have been off. People don't know you're coming. People not showing up to work. Nobody's at the shipping office, to answer the phones. All this stuff is crazy. So, being out of this time is literally not as smooth of a process. However, you still can get some loads, still can make some money. It's slow, and it's not slow on a drought of freight. It's just a slow process in general because there's so many missing pieces to everybody's puzzle, during this time. So that's why a lot of people, especially if you're looking to get in this business, just know around this time, don't expect much. Try to get all your money before the holiday season, and that way you can come in here and kind of chill. You know what I'm saying? You don't really have to be pressed about getting a load. I can't even be mad because this 3 hours and 2 minutes, it just looks like money. I can't even be mad with over what is it called, detention pay. Or being really over 2 hours here. Especially if you don't have a load, but you can't be mad. Just sit back and watch the money roll in. That's pretty much how I run it. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the business of, is local better than Hotshot? And the answer is no. One's not better than the other. However, you need to have a balancing act of both. Now here's why. We're gonna run some real simple numbers as to why really OTR is local. It's better than local. However, you still need to have a balancing act of both. Number one, let's go into the local routes first, right? Let's go into the local numbers. So local numbers, we're gonna do a great week running local. Now mind you, if you have a direct shipper situation, you know what I'm saying? This don't really apply to you because ultimately you really can get some really good direct shipper setups where you can run local, and a few people have that. But right now, to be honest, direct shippers are not direct shippering. I don't know why. There's been a lot of situations where we've been personally asked, especially me. I know I've been asked, hey, you want to be on the direct shippers? I'm like, sure, put me on. Right on my contact information, business card, boom, we in there. But nobody calls back, so can't really rely on that. Right now, in particular in this market, in my personal opinion, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Y'all write in the comments if you feel like I'm wrong. And if I am wrong, tell me what I'm doing wrong. You know what I mean? Because I don't understand it. But let's get back to it. Running local, let's just do a $7 mile, $7 a mile rate, right? So that means you're running $700. You're making $700 every single day, running 100 miles every single day. Let's just do that for a 5-day period, right? So in fuel, 5 days, 100 miles. Well, really, you're not even you just use the fuel tank, or if not, completely use your fuel tank or not. You know what I'm saying? So let's just say your full tank is like $300 for the week, right? So you just got a $700 every day for 5 days. That's $3,500 minus your $300 in fuel, which puts you at $3,200 for the week running local. So now let's go OTR. OTR, you're running, let's say, $600 a mile at a $2 a mile rate. That's $1,200 for the day for 5 days. So that's $6,000 a week minus your fuel. Let's just say you're doing 600 miles. So that's like $300. Since we used $300 previously, we're going to use $300 now. So that's $300 every single day for 5 days, which is what? $3,500. Wait, Yeah, $1,500. I'm sorry, $1,500 minus your $6,000 for the week. You know, now these are relatively, you know, like that's on the high side with the fuel. You know what I'm saying? Really, 600 miles, you're really paying right now where the fuel prices are now. You're really doing like 250. You know what I'm saying? But we're just gonna say 300, right? So just because we used 300 before, so 300. That's the 1,500 for the week minus that was 6,000. Now we're at $4,500 for the OTR run. Now the local run, we just ran what? We just ran $3,200. So let's take away the 45 from the 32, which is $1,300. So really it's a $1,300 difference in a 5-day period running for the same amount of fuel prices for the week. Now that tells you, guess what? You made more money running OTR than you did local already. However, the only downside to it is you put more miles on your truck, which means a faster interval for your oil changes and your fuel filter changes, which is really only about maybe $100 difference, maybe, you know, or $150 difference, right? So within that, I will say this: when you're OTR, guess what? You have a little bit more deadhead. You have a little bit more, you know, you have the potential of you not being able to find a $2 mile, a true $2 mile run. You may book it for $2, but you just deadhead, so now you're like $1.80, something like that, you know. And this is just that $2 mile, not including you could be over. You know, you could be doing 253. Cool, but we're not. That's not the numbers we're running right now. We're running a regular rate for a local, a good regular rate for a local, and a decent regular rate for a OTR run in the market today, right? So within that, guess what? You also have to worry about, you got bills. We live in America. Let's say average rent's like $2,000 a month for everybody. You got insurance, $2,000. You got, what is it? What's next? You got car insurance. That's another $500. You got, what is it? Say for instance, you don't own your equipment like I do. You know what I'm saying? You got $1,200 note for your truck. You got another $200 to $500 for your trailer, right? You know, these numbers are adding up now. You know what I mean? Not only are they adding up, you also got groceries. That's another way. My grocery bill like close to $400 a month. I got kids, you know what I'm saying? Groceries like extra $400 a week, I mean, you know, every week, or $350 really, every week. You know what I'm saying? So you add all that up over the course of a month, you know what I'm saying? And then not including everything that might not happen. This is life. Life is life these days, you know? It's not like 2018, 2019 when you're just chilling, lollygagging around, you know what I'm saying? Everything's all good. No, life be life, and for some strange reason these days, you never know what the government gonna do, whatever the case may be. So you gotta be prepared. So you need a little bit more money, you know, than just the money to pay your bills. You need to save, you know? You may have a rainy day in trucking, you know? Say for instance, a hub goes out, your bearing goes out of your trailer. Automatically, that's like $700, you know, just to get a roadside repair. $700 to $1,000, maybe $500 in certain places, but around $700 to repair. So boom, that money just came out your account. You know what I mean? So think about all these things when you're running your loads, like this stuff. And not only that, you're also gonna want to spend the time at home. You never know when you're gonna have to go home to be rerouted. Like right now, my son is due for a circumcision. Right? He's due for a circumcision, so I got to be home for that, which means not only do I have to be home for that, it's coming up on, you know, the new year, right? So I got to be home 9 times out of 10 freight's not moving. So that's 3 days that I'm probably gonna end up being home, which means I'm not gonna be home for the weekend, which normally you get your longest routes in the week. You should be able to get your longest routes in the weekend, and I'm gonna miss that, and I'm gonna miss the next day, which means I have to get a load the next day because I never know what's gonna happen with him. You know, I may need to stay home an extra day because of him. I don't know. Ultimately, what you have to understand is things happen. You know, so you need to be making a lot more than some of these numbers that, you know, I'm dropping out right now. So hopefully this, you know, solves any confusion that anybody may have, so they don't have to bump their head around trying to figure out, is local better than OTR, OTR better than local? They can just go ahead, take my advice. I've been doing this for some time now, a couple of years, and I'm pretty sure I know what I'm talking about. So within that, I will give you this last tip. You do want to balance it out. That's what I said earlier. You want to balance it out. So if you've been running local OTR for a couple weeks, say for around 2 weeks, you say, okay, I'm gonna head home for the weekend, or for whatever reason. Why not stay out maybe a couple days while you're in your area and just run a couple local runs? Because guess what? You're gonna, you know, decrease that deadhead, or decrease that, you know, maybe bad rate per mile that you may have gotten one or two times while you was out. You know, maybe 3 times. I don't know. You'll decrease that for your total month's, you know, revenue and everything. So you got to be able to, you know, kind of balance it out in your head and make sure, you know, you get it in where you can't get it in. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get to it. Y'all come with me to get this load, man. Hotshot with me, still in the game. Y'all take it easy. Peace. All right, y'all. We interrupt this video to show you my new record. New detention record, 7 hours and 42 minutes. And I'm still not loaded yet. They keep telling me to hang tight. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be patient because there's not really much to pick up in this area at this time of the year. And mind you, I also called the broker, and the broker told me that they're doing a shift change right now. So once they finish their shift change, then they'll have me, you know, going ahead and getting loaded. And matter of fact, I'm gonna make a commitment right here, right now. Y'all mark my words. If I go back on the next year, freaking, don't shoot me, but you get my point. You know what I'm saying? But my commitment is, I am no longer gonna be out here between, what is it, Christmas holiday and New Year's. I'm not gonna be working. Finally loaded, people. This is what all the wait and fuss was about. This giant load. And on top of that, they got 1,000 trucks that came to get loaded today, and they're not gonna be able to get loaded till tomorrow. Like at least 4 or 5 trucks. You probably can see them in the background, all up there lined up, ready to go for tomorrow. But I'm exhausted. I'm gonna go ahead and get this paperwork, get these in and out times, get paid. Off to Texas we go. Finally made it to Texas, right outside of Houston. My load drops near San Antonio, but pro tip, shoot, if you are coming up on a city, do not go through that city during rush hour traffic. You need to go ahead and stop right before, pick it up in the morning, especially if you got plenty of time, 1 o'clock to get there and call it a day. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get to work. And you're like, no, Michael, why are you going to work? You just park. Because I told y'all. This is why I said earlier, I am no longer going to be out between the times of Christmas and New Year's and trying to be working that weekend. It's just not happening. It's too much just trucking weirdness going on. It's just not for me, no more. But this is what happened. Had a load. Today's Friday, picking up today, going all the way back over to my general regional area, and I was going to just go home, you know what I'm saying, drop the load on Tuesday, the first is on a Monday, and run it like that. However, I get to the shipper this morning. Now mind you, my appointment time was at 5:30. I came in early. It's what, 1 o'clock now, 1:30 now. I came in early at like 12 just to see if my load was actually done, you know, so I can go ahead and get a move on. Turns out my load was actually taken this morning because the load had been double brokered, or whatever trucking mischief that they got going on these days happened to me. And so they end up pulling me off the load. They scrambled, so-called scrambled to try to find me a load. But next thing I know, they didn't even have the courtesy enough to call me back. Instead, they sent over a truck order that I used only for $150. Not even for at least how much it costs to fill up a full tank, you know, in a Hotshot for a day. It's worth of a drive. They didn't even do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm expecting at least $250. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't do that. They just sent over a truck that I used, no call back, you know, but I already knew what it was. I'm not even going to call you. What am I going to call you back for? You know, like, to argue with you, you know, that's a waste of my energy, waste of my time. So I'm going to take that and the load that we got. Now, mind you, we did. The OG came through for your boy, found me a load in the nick of time, picking up at the same place, but it's going to Georgia. So it's actually dropping off even closer than I was dropping off originally, but pick it up in the same place, so I really didn't have to deadhead anywhere different. On top of the no deadhead that I really had today, because my load from the day dropped in San Antonio. So now I was supposed to pick up this in San Antonio, and I'm still picking up at the same place in San Antonio. So all I had to do is find me a truck stop. The Pilot right now, oh man, my camera. I had to clear up that camera for you, but we had the Pilot right now. Whataburger's across the street. I am not from around here, so I'm definitely gonna grab me a bite for the rest of my day and work on this video for you guys. But God is good, because we came out with more money on Tuesday, and on top of that, we came out with more money including the truck not used, and we did not have to deadhead at all. So anyway, that goes to show you how good and how mysterious in which the Lord works for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to, you should not get mad about these little bitty situations that happen. You just should know that, keep calm. You know, God got something else for you. Just be patient. But anyway, Hotshot with me out, man. Y'all stay safe this weekend. I don't want to hear about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Hotshot with me out, man. Peace.